Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Do you remember Battle for Middle-earth, a real-time strategy game series based on Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings films, which in turn were based on J.R.R. Tolkien's works? This was a rather short-lived but almost universally loved series of games. Developed and released by Electronic Arts, more or less before EA turned into the company that we know of today. The Battle for Middle-earth series allowed you to relive and play through your favourite moments in the Lord of the Rings films, join a rather competitive online battle scene, play through rather thematic campaigns, or even forge your own path with a race or faction of your choosing through the War of the Ring campaign. I'm not gonna lie when I say that the Battle for Middle-earth series were some of my favourite games of all time. Hundreds if not thousands of hours had been poured into them as I battled to not only reclaim the ring but also destroy it. Unfortunately, neither of the games are no longer available for purchase, and the official multiplayer servers have long since shut down. Unfortunately now, getting your hands on a legitimate copy of this game is becoming increasingly difficult. Sure, there is the possibility of downloading a copy online through other means, but you can't guarantee that A, the copy will work, and B, you won't download some malicious software. This is still a very highly sought after game as it's still incredibly popular. Unfortunately, the possibility of getting another sequel to this series is slim to none, as CA's access to the Lord of the Rings license did end, possibly for the best. However, it looks like we are getting closer and closer to the next best thing, the Battle for Middle-earth Reforged. Having appeared out of the blue in June 2018, the Battle for Middle-earth Reforged is a non-commercial fan project currently under development. From what it seems, the developers wish to rebuild this much-loved game from the ground up in the Unreal Engine 4. A monumental task indeed, and I have been following progress on this as much as I could. Updates on development have been rather sporadic but frequent throughout the 2 years. The dev team have released a global project plan outlining what they'd like to do with this project, all of which can be found in the description below. But in short, there are 7 stages: Alpha version multiplayer, Beta version multiplayer, Open Beta multiplayer, all factions included multiplayer, so obviously you won't be able to play as every faction during Open Beta, Balanced multiplayer. Okay, this seems a bit weird to me, shouldn't they be working on balance during development? The campaign function and single player, and finally patches and expansions. The global project plan itself goes into very great detail regarding each stage, but the reason I wanted to highlight this and indeed make this video is because the dev team themselves have recently released a video showing us first-hand official gameplay. Now, since their video itself is 18 minutes long, I wanted to highlight anything of importance, but if you'd like to check out the original video in itself, the link to their channel will be found in the description below. But with that being said, let's jump right in. Straight off, we get our first proper look of the main menu. It already feels very Lord of the Rings, but it is important to note that this ring background in itself is only temporary, and they will have different forms in the future to come. Everything in regards to display, audio and graphical settings seems very fluid, with the option to also allow the game to auto-select the best settings as per your machine's specifications. The online multiplayer lobby seems to be in a very good state. Everything does look fluid and easy to use. The developers themselves have stated that they need to do some tweaks and add some more options, but generally everything aesthetically and efficiency-wise so far looks perfect. It looks like they've nailed down unit recruitment, showing off the famously known Uruk pit and recruiting a fair amount of units. It is important to note that obviously they've just done this with one building to be able to show it off. Hence why the Uruk pit is able to recruit so many units which weren't available in Battle for Middle-earth. The design of the description boxes is temporary at the moment, and they currently don't have a programmed rally point for units, but that should be done within due course. It is important to also note that back in Battle for Middle-earth, the game was capped at 30 FPS, and the developers say here that it is significantly higher. I'm assuming that we'll be able to cap at 60 or maybe go to 120. Foliage such as plants and flowers currently do not interact with any units, and the developers state that they might be able to get it to interact with units when they walk through it. It's not a deal breaker if they don't. Model detail looks absolutely incredible. It shows that the team are really giving it their all. Animations for dealing and receiving damage seem to be quite fluid. Yes, they have stated that there is a lot of work to be done, but so far everything seems to be working well. The same would go for basic unit animations. It looks like they're getting everything to be as fluid as possible. Units will not walk right through other units like they did in Battle for Middle-earth. Now they have collision mechanics, which is amazingly welcome due to immersion purposes. I used to hate it when units used to just walk right through each other. The team themselves aren't too sure about stuff like the yellow circles when you select units. It's great to see that they like to take community feedback for matters such as this. Constructing buildings seems fluid enough. Right now the building selection is in the Palantir, but they said that that's just a temporary measure. And right now the builders don't currently disappear when the building begins construction. The devs have stated that sound in-game currently isn't perfect, but they are working on it quite heavily. Perhaps the most interesting feature to be added into Battle for Middle-earth Reforged is the inclusion of a third-person mode. You yourself can control a unit personally, even if it is a horde. With this, you're able to run around and explore maps. It is important to note that this feature was added in as a way to be able to record cinematics and so on, and in no way, shape or form do they want to remove the RTS elements of this game. This is just something to be added as an extra tool for the player. The devs have also stated they want to add in more immersive ambience, background noise, and even small critters to run around the map. This sounds pretty awesome, to be honest. But that seems to be everything that we know so far. Obviously it's been around 2 years of development, and I'm assuming that it's not a big team, so these things do take time, but it does look like some steady progress has been made. There is no knowledge as to how close they are to a proper playable alpha build, but I'm imagining with this progress they shouldn't be too far off. I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the Battle for Middle-earth series, and being able to see it in a more HD quality, more reminiscent of today's technology, would be absolutely amazing. If you want to follow the progress and development of Battle for Middle-earth Reforged, in the description below are a link to their website and their YouTube page. I believe their website also has a donation link if you wish to support the team financially a little bit. But what do you guys think about Battle for Middle-earth Reforged and what we've seen so far? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and let's start a bit of a discussion. Before we end this video, you may have noticed that this video was released on the usual Warhammer time slot. This is because, as a recent Three Kingdoms DLC has been announced, which is due out very soon, I wanted to try and experiment with different forms of content on this channel. I'm by no means stopping Warhammer content, it's more just to see what I can do for the future, for the eventuality after Total War Warhammer is released and no more DLC packs are created, what I could do to ensure the longevity of this channel. The Great Book of Grudges has become a big part of my life, and I rather see it last as long as possible. What do you guys think about every now and then me covering other types of games, news, and so on? Let me know what you think in the comments below, because I really do appreciate your feedback with these types of things. But with that, my friends, we come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various different social media links such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord, where you can get in contact with the Great Book team. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games, where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Using our special link and also our special code, both of which can be found in our description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A special thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Pence, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Hewell and VSVasan for subscribing to us at our Fane level. Honestly, I can't thank you guys enough for the support. It really means a lot to me, especially since all the money earned from Patreon goes directly back onto the channel. New webcam, equipment, microphones, and so on. And a big thank you to all of you liking, sharing, commenting on these videos. Honestly, I'm really enjoying creating this content and chatting to all of you guys about speculation, new content, and so on. It's absolutely awesome. It's been nice to make a few friends along the way. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and I shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.